would just like to make note that it is February 2nd, so I'm getting a lot better at filming my reading wrap-ups on time. Hello everyone, it is Jasmine and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going over all of the books that I read in January. I wanted to introduce this new year by reading new authors. I definitely read some favorites this month. Don't forget to give this video a like and don't forget to subscribe. Let's get on with all of the books that I read in January. In January, I only read books that were on my Kindle. All of the books mentioned are available on Kindle Unlimited, and if you don't have Kindle Unlimited, I do have a free 1-month trial linked in the description if you wanted to check it out and try it out. I personally love Kindle Unlimited so much because it saves so much money. All the books that I read, if I wanted to buy them in paperback, they are all by like indie authors, so the paperbacks are pretty expensive. They're like $16, $17 a piece. With Kindle Unlimited, I read all 7 books for only $9.99. I don't know about you, but I think that is a very good deal. So if you're interested in trying it out, you can use it on an actual Kindle or you can use it on the Kindle app on your phone or iPad or anything like that. So I would definitely suggest checking it out if you don't have it already, because I think it is definitely a game changer. And it's also nice too because these authors still get paid when you read their books on Kindle Unlimited. So you're still supporting the author but not hurting your bank. All the books that I read this month were in series. They are 18+. Make sure to look up trigger and content warnings because some of these can get pretty dark. Starting off strong, I read a high school, private school, bully romance, enemies to lovers. I loved the series. It's the WINDSOR Academy series by Laura Lee. It's a trilogy. The order is Wicked Liars, Ruthless Kings, and Fallen Heirs. The author Laura Lee was kind enough to send me her new discreet special edition covers. Can we take a moment? Look how pretty these are. I love this and I think I'm gonna have to buy the whole series paperback because I'm obsessed. There's also a spin-off, Broken Playboy, that I haven't read yet. It's about one of the characters that are in the series and he is honestly, I think, my favorite character. So I need to read that. I'm probably gonna read that in February and I can't wait. Wicked Liars is a trilogy, so I don't want to talk too much about the second and third book just because I don't want to spoil it. I'm mainly going to be focusing on the first book, just kind of explaining what the whole trilogy is about, the characters, and what you can expect from the series. In the first book, you meet Jazz. Jazz is half Filipino, half white. She's from California. I pictured myself as the main character because my name's Jasmine. I'm half Filipino, half white. And I'm from California. I was like, this is me. Anyways, Jazz's mom gets killed and she has to move in with her dad who she's never met, and it's kind of a culture shock because her and her mom weren't the best financially and her dad is stupid rich. She now lives in a mansion with workers and servants and she transfers to a private school. It's a bit of a culture shock just because she's not used to living this luxurious lifestyle. She meets this guy Kingston. Kingston basically rules the school. He hates her and Jazz hates him too. They kind of butt heads and you can see where this goes. You find things out about Kingston where he actually hates his own dad and Jazz's dad. Him and his friends have this plan to take them down and you're kind of just like, what the heck, why? Throughout the series, something is hinted and you can figure it out before the big reveal, but the whole series kind of focuses on this. It's a mystery you're trying to solve pretty much by reading. There's a lot of illegal activity, murder, and just other things going on. Like, this book has drama. It was very interesting. But other than that, with the relationship aspect with Jazz and Kingston, you see them get closer. At first, I feel like it's kind of forced. They're purposefully like spending time together and not in a way where it's like because they want to. So you see the relationship go from being kind of forced to something actually organically growing. I personally really liked their relationship dynamic. In the last book, Jazz did kind of irritate me a little bit. Her personality type, she's very fiery, very I'm gonna do what I want. And Kingston is your typical asshole with daddy issues. He hates everyone but her. He's kind of just like, I'm gonna protect you because you're mine and I'm gonna make sure no one can do anything for you. And Jazz is kind of like, I can take care of myself type of gal. They butt heads in that aspect, but I truly really did enjoy their relationship. I thought it was fun. Along with like the mystery and then Jazz and Kingston's relationship, there's also found family in the series and I love their friend group. So the friend group consists of Jazz, Kingston, Bentley, who is my personal favorite character of the series, and His book is Broken Playboy. Ainsley and Reed, and they all kind of just get close within the 3 books. I love all of their friendship so much. It just makes me feel like I'm a part of their group. Seeing all of them spend time together and hanging out, you can really see just how much all of them truly care for each other. So I felt like that definitely was a special part of the series that I really enjoyed. But overall, I really enjoyed the series. The drama was addicting with the things you're trying to figure out and the mystery. That's why you can't put the books down, because it's like, okay, I have to find out what happens next. Books 1 and 2 have really big cliffhangers and you're just like, what the heck? And you immediately need to start the next book because you want to find out what happens, you want to see what happens. This is a dark romance, so make sure to look at your trigger warnings because some of the things that occur here can be very uncomfortable for some people to read about. Overall, the whole series, 4 out of 5 stars, became a favorite. And after the Windsor Academy series, I was still on a bully romance kick, so I picked up Saint, which is the first book in the Angel View Academy series. I believe this is by E.M. Snow. This book was okay to me. It was like a 3.5 stars. We follow Mallory, and Mallory isn't the best financially, and she gets this letter that says she can go to Angel View. So she goes there and she gets off on the wrong foot with one of the gods. And at Angel View, there are 3 gods. Everyone calls them the gods. And she gets off on the wrong foot with Saint. Saint is like the leader of the 3. He's described as a hot Draco Malfoy, so I was interested in that, but I didn't really care for the relationship between Saint and Mallory. This is a high school, private boarding school, enemies to lovers, bully romance. They both really hate each other, but they have this sort of attraction to one another. When they finally got together, I didn't really care that they got together. I was just kind of like, okay, whatever. I was mainly rooting for Saint's friend Liam. He is one of the gods and he has tattoos. He's very mysterious. He likes to swim late at night. I felt more of a connection and a chemistry between him and Mallory than I did with Mallory and Saint. Like Liam and Mallory, I felt like they became okay friends and there was still this like chemistry and connection between them. I just wish it wasn't just friendship. I wish it was something romantically. This book was still enjoyable. There was a lot of drama, a little bit of mystery too. Mallory is running away from her past and you're trying to find out why, like what happened in her past that's making her trying to run and like forget everything that happened. There's a huge plot twist at the end and then really big cliffhanger. So I'm excited to continue the series. I feel like the first book had a lot of potential and I think the second and third books are going to be a lot better. Fingers crossed. Overall, 3.5 stars. It was an okay read. I couldn't put the book down because a lot of drama happening that I wanted to see unfold. I liked the drama and everything. I just didn't care for the relationship that we were focusing on. Then after reading Saint, I started the Dirty Air series with my friend Jamie. Jamie has a bookstagram. Her bookstagram is @StayBookmarked if you wanted to check her out. I love her and I love her page. So the first book, Throttled, I gave like 3.5-ish stars too. It was okay. We follow Maya. Maya is a vlogger. Her brother is Santiago. He just got signed to race with Bandini. He's like the #1 team in the F1 world. He doesn't get along with his teammate Noah. So they're both rivals and they kind of just like butt heads. Maya's traveling with her brother for the season. Her and Noah kind of have this instant attraction. He's broody, keeps to himself. She can't have him because that's her brother's rival. Overall, I just thought the book was okay. I didn't really care for the relationship. However, I did feel like this was a good introduction to the universe because we got introduced to a lot of the characters that are going to have books later on. Like Liam and Sophie. I was obsessed with them while I was reading this book. Like we got so many crumbs in Throttled. Then we got a little bit of Jax in this book and we got obviously Santiago. We got him in this book as well. Just seeing the group dynamic made this book enjoyable. This book didn't really have a concrete plot. A lot of it was just mainly inner monologue. I wanted more of a relationship development, seeing them hang out together, seeing feelings develop and grow. And I just felt like we didn't get that. I felt like some parts were just dragged on a little bit. I was a little bit bored. I didn't hate this book, but I didn't love it. I thought it was a good introduction to the series though because it made me have an interest in all of the characters. Then I read Collided, which is the second book in the Dirty Air series by Lauren Asher, and oh my gosh, this was a 5 out of 5 stars for me. I am obsessed with Liam and Sophie. I love them. I thought they were great. I thought their book was so much fun. So this book is Reformed Playboy, Friends to Lovers, Friends with Benefits, Secret Relationship. So good. I loved it. So Sophie's dad is the team manager for Bandini, and Liam races for McCoy, and Bandini and McCoy are rival teams. Sophie's kind of this, I'm gonna do everything by the book, goody two-shoes type of girl. Doesn't really take any risk. This season, she travels with the team, and she wants to make a list to push her boundaries, and Liam finds that list and wants to help her out with it. He's very attracted to her. She's very attracted to him. She wants to protect her heart and is like, no, we're just friends. We're not going to do anything, until they finally give in to the chemistry that they have and become friends with benefits. And while they're friends with benefits, you know that Liam loves her. You know that he does, but it's one of those where it's like everyone can see that he loves her except him. And I'm just like, Liam, come on. I just thought this book was so cute. It was so much fun. The beginning had a little bit of the same writing style that it did in the first book, being a lot of inner monologue for, I want to say, the first 20-30% of it. But after that, I feel like we got something more. We got a lot of them hanging out together and just seeing their relationship develop and blossom. So they would hang out and then you'd find something out about them, and then their next hangout would kind of just like go off on the previous thing, which I really enjoyed. And you just see like the attention to detail. I love them so much. I know some people didn't enjoy this book, but I personally really did. I'm a sucker for friends to lovers. I just felt like this was such a well told friends to lovers, because we see them become friends, we see them hanging out, we see that attraction being built, and then we see the relationship develop, and I just really loved it. I can't even tell you the amount of times that I squealed, and I was just so I was just freaking out, fangirling. I am a Liam and Sophie stan for life. The last book I read this month was Wrecked, which is the third book in the Dirty Air series by Lauren Asher. Not gonna lie, I was pretty disappointed reading this book, because I've seen a lot of people say that they really enjoyed the third and fourth book the best in the series. I had very high hopes going into this. I've seen such positive reviews on this. So Elena, you meet her in Collided, and she's Liam's PR agent, and she gets hired again. She gets hired to fix up Jax's reputation as a playboy and a hard partier. With the job entails her living with him, so forced proximity. They don't really get off on the right foot. She thinks he's really rude, and he just straight up like says he doesn't like her, but there is an attraction between them. So it's like workplace romance, a little bit of enemies to lovers, because they're not really enemies, but they don't necessarily like each other and want to be friends at first. They both have pretty sad backstories in my opinion. They definitely have some trauma there with them. I enjoyed the first 30% of it, and then once I got to that mark at the 30 to 70% chunk of the book, I was honestly just really bored. I was stuck in like the 70% for like a good week, because it was like pulling teeth for me to finish this book. I was genuinely just so bored. I didn't want to pick up the book and read it. I just felt like the book was very one step forward, two steps back. There was no plot in my opinion. I felt like a lot of the scenes, it would just jump from scene to scene to scene to scene, and it wouldn't add any value to their relationship. I didn't see how it was relevant to their relationship. I think the one thing that was enjoyable in this book was the family dynamic. I really enjoyed the family dynamic on both Elena's side and on Jax's side. I feel like we needed more of that, because I think that really stemmed their relationship and it helped out a lot. I know a lot of people really enjoyed this book, but I just couldn't get attached to their story. I really like Jax and Elena, don't get me wrong. I really like them, but just their story, it wasn't it for me. So I'm currently reading Redeemed, which is the last book in the Dirty Air series, so that's going to be my February wrap up. That is it for today's video. Thank you guys for listening to my thoughts on all of the books that I read in January. Comment the best book that you read in January, because I'm always looking to add to my TBR. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!